96.7 KCAL rocks. It is your Thursday and time to talk some sports with our guy, Pep. What's going on, Pep?
Listen, I know it's a made-for-TV event, but were you guys down with the match in Las Vegas? When I say the match, yes, it was golf. It was on the links, but it had NFL quarterbacks going head-to-head. It had the old guys, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, going up against the new guys, the up-and-comers, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, and chalk one up for the old guys as Brady and Rodgers won the match. Were you guys into it? I know it's made for TV event, but it was kind of funny. It had some moments.
I actually watched quite a bit of it and found it somewhat entertaining. You got Barkley on the mic a little bit, J.J. Watt, Ernie there, his main man. So that was kind of funny in the commentary department. And I also kind of liked it because I realized, why do they do these matches? And then I saw my two kids, a 7-year-old and 11-year-old, watching golf and kind of being like, oh, golf, and interested in it a little bit. They would never do that otherwise. So I found it actually really entertaining.
Not the greatest golf. They always try to hype it up like it's going to be good smack talk. Not very good smack talk either. I'd say that the highlight of it really was Ernie and Barkley. I was kind of like, why is J.J. Watt even in the booth? But you realize J.J. Watt's in there because he can kind of talk the football smack talk a little bit, which is really all the good he was. Other than that, they need to find a way to make it a little bit better. It was entertaining, but just because it's that time of year where there is nothing else.
I did like it that J.J. Watt was keeping track of Patrick Mahomes, how many beers he was drinking. So I like that part of it.
You know what? Obviously, Mahomes. Who was the other one? It was Aaron Rodgers. That was pretty decent. In fact, he sunk the winning putt. At the end. But yeah. It's not like they're awful golfers. Like they're actually not bad, but you're not watching it to see like, oh my gosh, what a great shot. These guys are so good. You're watching it because it's Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, and what are they gonna say, and those sorts of things, right?
If you had to rank the golf by the four of them, I would say Rodgers was clearly the best. Yeah. Mahomes was in there. Brady and Josh Allen, good golfers should not be golfing on TV ever.
See, I can relate to them.
Not good enough to be on TV.
I can relate to them because I've had to hit many errant shots from the wrong fairway, from the wrong tee box. I found it very relatable.
And you appropriately are not playing golf on TV.
Yeah.
But he's also not a pro golfer.
Exactly why he should not be playing golf on TV. Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, go for it. Brady and Allen, you guys are not good enough to make the cut for TV.
Golf is very difficult. I think that needs to be put in. It's not a simple game.
No, it's
not everyone is going to play like pros.
Yeah, we don't have to watch everyone.
No, it's very frustrating and difficult for a reason, man. It's difficult to get that ball around the course. If it was easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah, out of the four, somebody's going to be parking it.
Oh yeah, easy. It's too difficult. But it was fun. It was a made-for-TV event. But now we're going to get to some real TV tonight. Game 1 of the NBA Finals, guys, if you're going to tune in. Golden State from the West, Boston from the East. Before we get to Game 1, do you have any predictions who we will crown as the NBA champion at the end of this?
I feel like it will be the Warriors, but I think it's going to be a really tough series, and I could see it going 7.
I'm pulling for Boston, baby. Let's go, Celtics. I'm tired of Golden State.
I could see it being really tough. The physicality of Boston and the shooting of Golden State, I say it goes 7. Golden State in 7.
And that's the thing, Boston's going to be physical, and they play great defense, and we know Golden State, on the flip side, can score a lot of points. They shoot the ball really well. I'm going to go against what I normally think. I usually go with defense over offense, which would say Boston should win. But I think Golden State, and I'm going to say in 6.
We know if Steph Curry is good for anything, it is completely disappearing in the finals. Let's go Boston in 6.
Okay, we got Boston in 6 from 40, Golden State in 6 from Pep, and I got Golden State in 7. We got it down. Okay.
Clay or Draymond will probably get hurt something too. We know that's what Golden State does.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll see. You know what? Yeah, an injury like that, man, could decimate Golden State. So let me clarify. I want Boston to win, but I think Golden State wins in 6. There's my caveat to protect my butt.
Don't you try to hop on the Celtics train now. You are on paper with the Warriors.
We'll see. Game 1 tonight. Hopefully it's a good series. Offense versus defense in that series. The other big NBA news, guys, we haven't had a chance to talk about this, is Darvin Hamm is the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, his first head coaching job. Most recently, as an assistant with the Milwaukee Bucks, but a former NBA player. Guy could dunk. That's what I remember Darvin Hamm, man. The guy could jump and he could dunk. but first head coaching job. So he's going to go into this, this situation, this beehive where, how do you get the respect of LeBron James? How do you make it work with Russell Westbrook? Is Anthony Davis going to stay injured? Yes, I get it's the Lakers, and that's probably the most prestigious job in the NBA. But, dude, man, you are walking into a beehive. This is not easy.
It is not going to be easy, but I mean, maybe they need someone a little younger, a little closer to them in age to figure something out, because basically there's enough age on the team to know what to do. Can they pull it off? Who knows?
I mean, who knows is what I was saying when they hired Darvin Hamm. Yeah. Who knows who this guy is? Yeah. I've never heard of this dude.
Yeah, he doesn't have a ton of experience, no.
I mean, it did work out once for LeBron in his career when he had a coach like that with Eric Spoelstra. But I think we've learned that Eric Spoelstra since then was the film room guy, worked his way up. I don't think it's going to work out well for Darvin Ham. I'm just going to go out and say now, I don't think this one's going to work.
The only other player that kind of went straight to coaching, I would say, is Steve Nash. Yeah. And is that kind of a good example? Is he doing really well?
No, I wouldn't say. I remember even Kevin Durant with the Brooklyn Nets was like, oh, we don't really need a head coach. We're good. We got all this talent. We know what we're doing. I mean, not that the Lakers and LeBron are saying that quite yet, but, again, just Darvin Ham doesn't have the experience under his belt as a head coach, so he's just not a known commodity. As a great assistant, he's been on some good teams as an assistant. What will he do as a head coach with all those big personalities, right, in the locker room?
That's it. It's not just any team. You have some of the biggest personalities in the league, and you're trying to make it work with them. I don't see that one working out too well for him.
Yeah,
who knows?
Time will tell. We'll see if this was a smart move by the Lakers going with Darvin Ham, but he is the head coach. Guys, to the NFL, and there's always big NFL news in the offseason. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but now it's back. Aaron Donald is not at Rams OTAs, and we told everyone not to worry, but he recently jumped on a podcast and kind of said some things that were a little ambiguous, but basically hinting at, you know what? I don't really need football in my life. If I don't play football again, that's okay. So is he really thinking about retirement, or is he just posturing that he just wants a bigger contract? He wants a new deal. He wants more money.
This is genius negotiating in my mind. He deserves more money, and he knows it.
He deserves more money, but if he wants that more money, he's going to have to get himself off of the Super Bowl caliber team. So I don't know why he wants to complain about money when he's already on the championship caliber team. That's not what you do. You complain about money, or you go to the championship caliber team. You've got to pick your lane here, Aaron.
The way he's doing it, the way he's complaining is by not complaining and just saying, hey, I can retire. I don't need football.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. He's using it as leverage. And in 40, you bring up a great point. If a handful of players are making all the money, then what are you going to do with all those other positions? You're just going to bring in a bunch of guys at the minimum level or rookies. You know what I mean? So what's that going to look like?
And we have seen that players are willing to seemingly walk away from the game at a younger and younger age. So if he's willing to do that, now he claims he's made enough money. He's good. If he wants to walk away, I say go for it.
They need him, dude.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, they definitely. What is he, 31? Like, he still has some good years. And, but, I don't think he's really going to retire. I think he's just using it as leverage to bring in more money. But, I think of guys like Tom Brady's the one I always think of off the top of my head, that he was never like the highest paid quarterback. He was never the highest paid guy in the league or on his, maybe his team, but not the highest paid guy in the league. He just wanted to win. So he'd be like, okay, give me a lot of money, not the most, just give me a lot, and get me some guys that we can win a Super Bowl. So there's two philosophies in terms of being that star player on your team and getting that big contract.
Well, they say, too, if you're talking about retirement, you're already mentally retired. So not a good look for Aaron Donald.
I bet he gets paid.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe a shorter deal that has, the first year or two or three, like, stacked with all the money, and maybe the back end of the contract is a little thin because they know he's not going to be around that long. Who knows? But I still think Aaron Donald will be in a Rams uniform, when the season rolls around, whether it's with a new contract or not. I think he'll be there. So we'll see. And guys, let's end on this note. This is weird because we all take fantasy football very, very seriously. But who knew that fantasy football was the reason that Tommy Pham of the Cincinnati Reds slapped Jock Peterson of the Giants? This baseball spat on the field in pregame warmups actually had to do with their combined fantasy football league, which I guess there's a lot of money involved, so maybe that's why. But and Mike Trout of the Angels is the commissioner of this fantasy football league. Again, we take it very seriously. People get into it; they're very passionate. But to actually go slap another grown man, another professional baseball player, that's a new level to me.
This is the worst PR I've ever seen out of any teams. Jock Peterson, first of all, when they first went to him after this, and he just started saying everything about it, I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. I feel like, why are we hearing about this? And this is just a distraction for the baseball teams. What are they doing, allowing this to fester and go all over the place? This is stupid.
To me, this is the definitive nail in the coffin for anybody who has ever tried to argue baseball over football. When have you ever heard about football players getting into a fight over fantasy baseball? Never, and you never will.
No, that's true. They got the fantasy game for sure.
Baseball guys don't even argue about baseball. Baseball guys are arguing about football.
Right. Because the real sport.
And fantasy football, right? It was just bizarre. I think this still will go away, but it was just a bizarre incident and it had to do with fantasy football. Just weird.
This is the top news story in baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Crazy.
Pep, tell me how to get your stuff, man.
Get my stuff, Inland Sports, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can also go to the Inland Sports YouTube channel. If you're down with the IE, go check it out. That's Inland Sports.